Well, Larry Butler, around about this time last night, managed to provide us with one of the most exciting moments of the day. And although Scott Mitchell, who's been commentating with us, was at the end of that, I think he was very reasonable about it, and he knows that he had his opportunity to see off the American. But at the moment, everything's going right for Larry, and you can see there he's had some pretty good scalps. I mean, I mentioned yesterday that Dennis Harbour is no mean achievement, defeating him, and of course he's qualified for the Grand Slam next month in November in Wolverhampton. So everything's going right, and while everything's going right, you make the most of it. But he's playing against a man who's seeded number 14 in Madars Razma, and we could be in for another close finish here. It was a close finish last night for Butler, but what a start, Alan.
Couldn't ask for a better start than that. We started yesterday with 16 different nations. We started today with 9 of them left. At least one is going to disappear here, because it's Latvia versus the United States of America in our penultimate game of the day. The bald eagle, who, by the way, strikes a very eeringly similar look to my Uncle Colin. But there you go. Had to look twice yesterday.
It's been nice to see Larry again. Known him a long time. The World Match Play that Richard mentioned that he won, of course, was 21 years ago, and I was just making a note earlier of the people he beat in winning that. You know, he beat Dennis Priestley in the final, but names that may be familiar to you: Steve Raw, Jerry Umberger, an American legend, Jockey Wilson, and Shane Burgess before beating Dennis Priestley in the final. And I remember it, not all of those games, but I remember the occasion as though it were, if not yesterday, the day before. And it's always to renew acquaintance with old friends.
139.
Good 139 from Butler. But Razma can play, so not going to be a pushover.
Larry, you acquire 84.
Big Jockey Wilson on the way to that as well. It's Shane Burgess, Steve Raw, and Jerry Umberger.
Yeah, that's right. Those are the names he... Yeah.
52.
I think it's fair to say, and I think he'd answer this exactly the same way, he's just never managed to regather that, hasn't he? He's never managed to do it again, and that's a remarkable thing in itself.
Well, it is, although, of course, back home in America, he's won many titles, and I thought after that he'd have been over in this country as he wins that first leg, in the same way that John Part made this his second home, travelling admittedly across the Atlantic, back and forth, and I thought that would be the case with Larry. It wasn't to be, although he has been back here several times since, but not on a regular basis. Yeah, but it's nice to see now that his career is reinvigorated, if that's the right word to use, and certainly he'll have enjoyed his most recent stay in the UK, because he's got a bit longer to last yet. I presume he's going home and then coming back again.
Uchi from earlier, still in good spirits. Both of the female Japanese contestants put up one heck of a fight in their games, didn't they?
It's one of the pleasing aspects of the 2 days so far of this tournament, seeing the excellent progress being made by those Japanese lady players. Ah, yes, I said he could play darts, and there you are, first 180 in the match, and on his way possibly to levelling up at one leg all in this opening set.
Well, they call him Razma Taz, and he hasn't left it in the locker room. He's brought it out with him. Razma strikes a 180. Is it enough to win his first leg?
58.
Well, Butler doesn't have a finish, so Razma's 58. Not all that bad. Leaves him a 1-2-3 to get out. And Larry Butler quite clearly just said,
28.
come on,
Madars, you acquire 123.
Yorkshire Reds are here. That's what it says.
Now then, treble 18. Leaves the bull. Oh, you don't get closer to the bull than that. Other than bouncing off the wire. That was a great, great effort.
Madars, you acquire.
Well, Madars has he's only ever got as far as the last 32 at the World Masters. Here he is, staring towards the quarter-finals longingly. Needs this, you feel?
17.
Butler back in it.
Larry, you acquire 108.
Well, Larry Butler, 108, several ways of going. And that's the way that he didn't go last night when he had a chance at 108, but I know in the past that's been his preferred route. Anyway, Razma now 8, then double 4 to level up double 2. Important dart.
6.
And well, he'll rue that, I think, because Butler now 16 for the set.
Well, if Razma was paying attention last night to Scott Mitchell, what he'll know is not to give this man too many opportunities, because he'll come along and take them. Will he do this one?
8.
He hasn't, you know.
Yeah, but not by much. A good effort. Unlucky. So Razma, come on, lean forward. Could put it in. Big lad like you.
He's tall, isn't he?
No score. Larry, you
Yes, but it may.
But he's going to have to pick his game up. I thought he was very good last night. He's off to a slow start. The Pirates are still here with us, waiting for Wade. He's coming. He's coming, honestly.
100.
Yes, idolised in that part of West Yorkshire. Certainly. And darts like that is why he's idolised. In his neck of the woods too. Larry Butler hits a maximum at the start of this
134.
second set. Looking to break the throw and put added pressure on the Latvian.
22.
Can you believe he follows that 180 with 2 in the 1? That's darts. Welcome to darts, yeah. Well, they might be one apiece in 180s, but the only numbers that count are the ones that Larry Butler has in his favour at the moment, and that's the one in the sets column. Could do with a good score here to put a bit of pressure on Razma, who might be feeling it under the TV lights, in front of the cameras.
137.
Well, he asked for a score and he certainly responded there. 92 then. That's 67 left. You come for 17s. Oh, it's unlucky. Next door you'd have been on
52.
the double 8, but there we are. It wasn't to be, and now Butler's given himself a bit of a chance here. 102. 82, treble 14. Well, 68 left, back to the 20s.
59. Madars, you acquire 40.
63 left for Butler. Double top here for Razma to take the first leg in this second set. Double tennis. Trouble with doubles. Nearly as much as I had saying it, but trouble with doubles continues for Razma, and if he's going to get past the experienced Larry Butler, he has got to eradicate that very quickly.
Hobble, bubble, double trouble. Now then, double 6. Brilliant. Pull that out. Managed to win a leg that didn't look on, in fairness, at one stage, but with the help of 1 or 2 very good shots and 1 or 2 poor ones from his opponent, all in all,
43.
perhaps the right result.
Well, Razma has really got to change his doubles ability. Look at this. Nothing. Nada.
Well, you don't
Zilch.
get a star in your book at school for 0 out of 10, do
You
you?
do- Well,
No.
I didn't know. 0 out of 10, and Razma will know exactly that. He knows exactly why Larry Butler is currently 1-1 up.
123.
That's a great recovery. He steadied himself. That first start, just the wrong side of the wire, but then hit back hard, didn't he?
Don't know about Razmataz. More rattled, he appears to be, the Latvian, than anything. 27-year-old will admit that this is new territory, big territory for him,
85.
and a very experienced opponent in front of him seems to have unnerved him somewhat. Can the big man come back? Oh, it's just not going his way at the moment. That's a
120.
cracking third one to keep the confidence going.
Yeah, did well the lad there, didn't he, to not be fazed by the bounce out. Well, another 180. That's his second in the match. We had 3 in all, and it puts Butler in pole position here for the attempt to take the second set.
41.
What a timely maximum that was, Alan.
He couldn't have asked for it at a better moment. If he can bag a 70 here, the bald eagle will be flying towards the next round, literally.
54.
Oh,
Madars, you require
close.
120.
Well, not quite literally. I know what you mean. Now double top for a Shanghai, and the first leg of the match for him on the board, and again he falls short. Oh dear, dear, dear. Razma yet to hit a double in, what's that now, 11 attempts? And Butler knows where they are.
Well, Razma is being served by the Butler at the moment. Amazing stuff. And all he's doing, and we've sort of touched on this with Scott a little bit earlier on, he's just playing his own game, nice and steady, and the mistakes are coming from Razma, not him.
Yes, and I always feel as though Butler's unaware of Razma's mistakes. I'm sure he is, but you almost feel as though he's in the zone, and he's, as you say, playing his game. He knows that if he plays his best game, he's going to take some beating. I think that's an element, that's a feature of being in good form. You know that you can go up and throw your darts and play your game and let the other fellow worry about you rather than the other way around.
I think the great
What
thing
he's
for
doing.
Larry Butler at the moment is that the way that Razma is finishing, Butler doesn't even need to be at 100%. Because if you're not finishing at all, 85, 90% of your game will be good enough. Not for the entire game, I can't imagine. At some point, Razma must be able to hit a double. But look at this. Look at this! Stunning! John is just chuckling away next to me because Larry Butler is rolling back the years here.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking, turning back the clock. I'm sure he's been throwing good darts for many years, but that's his third 180 in successive legs. Good reply, in fairness to Razma, but it's advantage Butler in this game, which is rattling along. Could be over shortly unless Razma somehow can find a way of getting back.
26.
Well, he's left himself, I think, 26 he has, but he's happy with that. Any double will do for Butler at the moment.
Just the ability to hit one is what Razma is thinking, but that's and again, his confidence hasn't completely gone, but when it gets to the end of it, he's struggling. Butler now, 36, should I say, to finish here, double 18. Oh, no messing.
13
No
up.
messing.
Yeah.
And Butler has Razma fully on the ropes here.
I think that the scorer, like me, misheard the score. And I thought it was 26 left, but 36 it was correctly rectified too. And, well, he hit it. I think he'd have hit the double 13 the way things are going anyway.
The man from Ohio is looking in sublime form.
Well, as far as Razma's concerned, it's hardly Dayton Accord. And Butler in mean mood, and in this sort of form, you know, he could win his second major title in England. 21 years apart.
40.
Well, he's far in advance of his best ever World Masters performance. That's the last 72. And he's at the moment, he's one step into the quarterfinals. Is Larry Butler. He'll have to wait to see who he gets. Look at this. Nothing from 11 for Razma. 45% for Butler. 81. Rather lurched at the last dart, but Razma has got to come up with something big here.
133.
Well, he's hit some fabulous scores, but we need say no more, because he's yet to strike the outer tram lines.
78.
Meanwhile,
Madars
Butler just
Razma,
keeps
132.
marching on.
Well, Razma gone for ball. Trying to awake himself from the slumber in Humberside.
92.
Slumber side.
Oh, well, yeah, that's about where we are. Double tops for Razma next time out, which normally you'd think no problem.
Yes.
Normally.
60.
Well, Razma, is he going to make it with his 12th darter to double in this match? Yes, he knows where it is after all. And he's a very phlegmatic individual. He doesn't celebrate in any shape or form, and I think that's just his nature.
Yeah, there wasn't even a wry smile. Some players who perhaps struggled along would give you a little bit of a glimpse of a smile to say there you go. But he's back, look, 140. The rot has stopped.
Yes, that second leg, 22 hours, is the one that Razma should have won, and Butler stepped in because of Razma's inability to hit the double. So
That's not very festive spirited, is it?
maybe they're referring to the commentators.
Are we being miserable? Probably. Probably.
Great 140. Playing well, you can't deny him that. He really is, and enjoying darts like he possibly hasn't for a long time. Certainly in a competition of this magnitude. They have lots of good events over in the States and in Canada, but not quite of this magnitude, in all fairness.
83.
With the glare of TV and lights, and great for them to come over and do this.
Razma has to come up with something good here. Butler has a chance to make it through to the next round with these three darts. 1, 2, 2. Well,
He was going for another treble 18 there to leave 14, double 7. 18 would have left him the bull, so in the end,
90.
well, he's got his 90 to leave 32. That's a great dart to treble 11 to settle the score nearly.
you would imagine this is 117. The way Butler's been finishing, this is 117 to stay in the Winmau World Masters 2015. Double top. When doubles haven't been your thing, he needs it. Oh, and that could be the end, you know.
Yeah, and he's hit one double in 13 attempts, and that's the reason why Butler is now throwing for the match in relative comfort. And now in total comfort as he seals a place in the quarterfinals of the World Match Play. Much easier than his first round victory this time yesterday. But Butler it is. in the last 8.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, first let's hear it for Latvia's Madars Razma.
Well, Larry Butler
And through to tomorrow's
showing the rest of the field.
it's the American Eagle.
He is here and he means business. The Bald Eagle soars into the next round. They're waving bye-bye to Razma. And we'll wave hello to the stats. Not good reading if you're Madars Razma, these are they, John?
They certainly aren't. He only had 3 darts at a double on his own throw. That's remarkable. And of course he hit the double on one occasion, that's all. So there we are. It's a magical part of his darting life for Danny Butler. The story continues.